From the National Service of the Liberia Broadcasting System, good afternoon and a pleasant welcome to Newsline, a 30-minute presentation of the most compelling news from Liberia and the rest of the world. In the headlines, ruling coalition for democratic change intensifies campaign ahead of November 14 runoff. Lofa County Senator-elect Momo Saros vows to run a people-centered term in office. National Elections Commission encourages another huge turnout of voters for next month's runoff election. And away from home, Ghanaian security authorities defend actions of officers amid allegations of brutality. These and many more stories, including sports, the weather report, the news in French, are coming up. First, Zokwe Best Corner and the news bulletin.
Ruling Coalition for Democratic Change says it has intensified its campaign ahead of the presidential runoff election. CDC campaign spokesman, Councillor Kanyo Baigbala, said the standard-bearer of the party, President George Weah, will on Tuesday begin his campaign trail in Montserrat County. Councillor Bala noted that the Liberian leader will be reminding Liberians about the need to retain the current CDC administration. The CDC campaign spokesman added that the Liberian leader will also extend his campaign trail to other parts of the country in the coming days. Councillor Bala made the disclosure Monday on Elbc Super Morning Show. Lofa County Senator-elect Momo Saros says his representation at the Senate will focus on the welfare of the Liberian people. Mr. Saros vowed he will not support a Senate that will put its interest above the people's interest at the county level. The Lofa County Senator-elect noted he will not compromise acts that will undermine the betterment of Liberia. Mr. Cyrus said he will only support policies and programs to improve the welfare of the Liberian people. He told the Super Morning Show Monday that he will robustly speak for the Liberian people in the Senate, but in a more professional manner. The chairperson of the National Elections Commission, David Eto Brown Lasana, is urging the voting populace to again turn out en masse for the runoff presidential election on Tuesday, November 14, 2023. Madam Brown Lasana said NEC anticipates over 1 million eligible voters who turn out on October 10 to increase through civic and voter education. In an interview with our Grand Crew County correspondent, the NEC boss emphasized that no one will be allowed to vote on November 14 without a voter ID card.
Make sure to carry your voter ID card, because if you don't get a card, you will not vote. Even if your name on a paper, you can't go there and say, oh, my name is Director Brown. They will ask you, where your card? So when you get your card, you will not vote.
Madam Brown Lasana pointed out that voting process begins with identity check in line with a final registration roll as an initial crucial step for electors to cast their ballots. She reaffirmed the National Election Commission's commitment to ensuring a free, fair, and credible presidential runoff election. The Director General of the National Lottery Authority, NLA, Reginald Nangwe, has boasted of progress at the entity over the years under his administration. Mr. Nangwe said as part of the reforms, human resource and financial policies have been developed. He disclosed that the authority has generated millions of dollars from license fees to carry out its statutory mandate. Speaking Monday on Elbc Super Morning Show, Director Nangwe said the National Lottery Authority is catering to the welfare of disabled people and orphanages across the country. He said the entity has engaged in the payment of disabled fees at various learning institutions, as well as empowerment through small businesses, among others. All Liberian Party ALP has officially declared support for a second term bid of President George Weah. During the endorsement ceremony Sunday, ALP political leader Benona Ure said the party's support for President Weah is based on the many development programs he has undertaken in the country. Mr. Ure read the party's position statement Sunday at the ALP headquarters in Odes, Congo Town. The ALP political leader also assured the party's commitment to work vigorously and ensure the president is re-elected. The renowned Liberian businessman turned politician also expressed confidence that President Weah will continue meeting the needs and aspirations of the Liberian people. And Montserrat County Senator Sir Joseph has commenced road rehabilitation works across rural Montserrat County. The project began over the weekend in near the administrative headquarters of Todi and is expected to extend to Coontown in Tubmanville Township. The road chief engineer, Joshua Better, said the exercise will connect several towns and villages within 1 month. Mr. Better told our correspondent that adequate earth moving equipment are available to carry out the rehabilitation works as scheduled. Phase 2 of the rehabilitation work will focus on Bentol to Tori Youth Camp Road, while the third phase will start from Plymouth Clan to Yebie Town in Upper Main Clown.
Zokwe Beslo Corner with the news bulletin. You're listening to Newsline on ELBC Radio. One of the big stories we're following this afternoon: National Elections Commission encourages another huge turnout of voters for next month's runoff election. Well, as preparations are ongoing for the presidential runoff election, the ruling coalition for democratic change is intensifying its campaign. CDC campaign spokesman, Councillor Kandabag Bara, disclosed that the party's standard bearer, President George Weah, will Tuesday begin his campaign trail in District 6, Montserrat County. Councillor Bara spoke Monday when Sober Josh asked him about the party's plan for the pending runoff election.